Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Comfort Food for the entire family. Tonight we are going to make a fall or Thanksgiving themed dinner since we are already into November. We are going to make a turkey dinner bubble up. This is perfect for the entire family. It is low points, it is hearty, and it is delicious. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is get my bread toasted for our stuffing. The original recipe says to put this in the oven, but we're just toasting it, and putting it in the toaster saves a huge step and a lot of time. So my 4 slices of bread for the stuffing are officially into the toaster. The next step is going to be sauteing up our vegetables. So we are going to add in 1 tablespoon of our light butter. So I'm going to add that to my pan. We're going to let that melt down just a little bit. And to that, we are going to add our garlic. So I have minced garlic. You can, of course, cut up your own garlic. And then we are also going to add our diced celery and our diced onions. And we're going to let those cook down until they are softened. So I have my garlic, celery, and onions mixed in with my butter. I'm going to let these soften, and then we are going to dice up our bread for our stuffing. For our bread, we're just going to cut this up into small pieces once it's toasted. So there really isn't a rhyme or reason for the way that we're going to cut up our bread. We just want to make sure that it's done into small pieces. And I'm just doing this while my vegetables are softening. So yeah, really easy. Just kind of wing it. You're making a stuffing, so the bread is going to get cooked down anyways. So yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect little chunks. Just some somewhat small pieces of your toasted bread. So the next step is, once our vegetables have softened, we are going to add in our chicken broth, and mine is really hot. I just pulled it out of the microwave. So there is 3/4 of a cup of my bouillon. I just made it into chicken broth. And then we're gonna add our spices. So first off is our ground pepper. Next is our sea salt. And this is gonna be the liquid for the stuffing. So I probably should have said that too. And then we've got our sage, our ground sage, which is what gives it that turkey flavor. And then last but not least is our parsley. And then we're just going to bring this to a boil and just let it cook down for just a couple of minutes. And while we're doing that, we are going to get our gravy started. To get our gravy started, I have added 1 cup of water, cold water, to my saucepan. And to that, I am going to add 1 packet of the turkey gravy mix. Now, you can buy the jarred or canned gravy if you would rather. And then I'm just going to whisk this until combined. I'm going to turn on my heat, and I'm going to let this cook until it thickens. Once my broth and veggies come to a boil, I'm going to add in my cut up pieces of bread. And then I'm quickly going to stir these together and let them soak up that liquid. And then we're going to remove this off of the heat. So we want to be fairly efficient. We want to make sure all of our bread gets a little bit of the liquid and vegetables mixed in, because this is going to be our stuffing. And then again, I'm just going to remove this from the heat. Next, we're going to take our canned biscuits, and we're going to cut each one of these into 6 separate pieces. And these are going to get layered into the bottom of our baking dish. And we do need to cook our biscuits first, just because the rest of our ingredients in this recipe is very heavy. So we want to make sure these biscuits are cooked somewhat first. So I have my baking dish here, and I'm just going to set these in the bottom. And I'm just going to repeat that with all 10 of my biscuits, just cutting these into 6 individual slices. And then I'm going to pop this in the oven for 6 to 7 minutes, or just until the biscuits form somewhat of a crust. And my biscuit pieces are in the bottom of my dish, and I'm going to throw this in the oven until they are browned. While our biscuit dough is browning in the oven, we are going to mix the rest of our ingredients. So we have 1 cup of our frozen hash browns. We are also going to add our cooked carrots. And again, I just chopped these up and cooked them for a couple of seconds in the microwave this morning. We are also going to add our diced turkey breast. And then we are going to add our 2 ingredients we cooked and prepared. So first we have our gravy. So I'm going to add that. And again, you can use the canned or jarred. I just wanted to save on the points, even though I'm still going to use the same points the recipe called for. And the mixes are less expensive and extremely easy. So we're gonna add our gravy, and then the last thing is our stuffing mix, which I'll show you here in the pan, our dressing. So we're gonna go ahead and add that. And then we're gonna get this all mixed together, and then we will be back once those biscuits come out of the oven to combine the rest of our bubble up casserole. But yeah, you guys, this looks so good. Once your biscuits have browned just a little bit here, you're gonna pull those out of the oven. And to that, we are going to add our mixture. And we're just gonna put that as evenly over the top of our biscuits as we can. And it's going to create, oh my gosh, you guys, this looks so good. This is like a whole turkey dinner in one casserole. You have your potatoes from the hash browns. You have your roll from the bubble up. You've got your veggies. You've got your turkey. You have your stuffing. And what's crazy is you're having a whole Thanksgiving turkey dinner for such a low Smart Point value, which is really nice. And this is actually something you could make around the Thanksgiving holiday as well, just because it is so low point. Kind of gets you into the spirit. So there we have it. It's hot. So let me show you guys. All right, so there we have it. There's our casserole. We are going to cover it in foil, and then we are going to put it into our oven for about 35 minutes. And here's the turkey dinner bubble up casserole. This looks so good, you guys. My house smells amazing from it. I don't know if you can see, but this looks delicious, and the serving size is large. It is 1/6 of the casserole. So I will be back in just a moment with my food plated, and I'll show you exactly what the serving size looks like. So this is my serving size. So this is actually a little bit more than 1/6 of the serving pan. I wanted a little bit more. I have the points available. So I'm actually going to count this as a point more. But yeah, this is, I mean, not much more than a serving. So this is a lot of food. So good. It looks so hearty and delicious. I hope you enjoyed tonight's comfort food for the entire family. I will, of course, link the recipe in the description box below. And if you haven't already, take a moment and subscribe to my channel and give my video a thumbs up and leave a comment. Let me know if you try the recipe or if you have any recipes that you would like to see that I could even make WW friendly in future comfort food videos. Thanks again for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your evening.